Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 18th episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. I'm Alexandra, and I'm the storyteller.
Hi, I'm Dolores, and I'm playing Janina of Clan Bruja.
Hi, I'm Faye, and I'm playing Beatrice of Clan Malkavian.
Hi, I'm Aurora, and I'm playing Mara of Clan Nosferatu.
And as always, my partner is there in the chat, so if there are any problems with our stream, let him know, and hopefully we will get him to sort it out because he very kindly acts as our technical support. And thank you so much for being with us to continue this story. I hope you will enjoy how it develops. After last time, the coterie were imprisoned by the Sabbat and woke up in complete darkness. They were trying to force their way out, but weren't quite able, although Janina gave it all she had, or almost all she had. Eventually, Bea and Mara got pulled out, and another person who later turned out to be a bruja was thrown in with Janina. But because they were all hungry and mentally exhausted, instead of a conversation, there was some frenzy, and Janina ended up diablerizing Nella. Mara got some more torture in the process, customized to her theater background. And Bea had a chat with Estella, who revealed that she wanted to meet Felicia and was going to let Bea go, but Gravedigger interfered. Eventually, Bea was thrown back into the crypt where Janina was held and consoled her, while Mara was being taken out to be moved somewhere to a different place. But on the way, Jacek, a young shovelhead who carried her, got intercepted and killed by a group of people, including Bruja Isidore, who turned out to be a child of Zygmunt, the Bruja Primogen, and Daniel, Janina's sire, who are coming to rescue Nella, whom they haven't found, which Daniel didn't take very well, but instead they rescued the rest of the coterie with Mara's help and took them to what is at least temporarily safe place in Łazienki Park, in a water tower. And the coterie got a little bit of blood, not quite enough, but enough to keep their hunger at bay for the moment, and explain a bit about their situation, with Mara and Nina starting to get worried that they can't go back to the Camarilla, and Bea wanting to go back to see her mother. And we ended when you all were sitting there, exhausted, on the floor of the water tower, who served you some blood before, just lying there on some pile of blankets. And you're still sitting there, all of you tired, lost in thoughts. You hear the howling of the wind outside as it is getting louder. Oscar is whistling a tune, and from time to time he flicks a coin in his fingers. Appears to be lost in thoughts as well, but occasionally gives each of you a smile. Mara, as you sit somewhere at the very back of your mind, you still hear echoes of screams, and you can very faintly smell smoke And from time to time, you feel as if there was a gust of warm air and heat coming towards you. It is very faint now. It doesn't distract you, doesn't mix with your reality, but it is there at the back of your mind. And as you are alone with your thoughts, it surfaces a little bit more. Do you wish to do anything, or do you all just sit in silence?
I'd quite like to take. I've got a little piece of glass on me. If I could try and use the reflection to clear some of the blood off of my face, to try and make myself slightly more presentable.
You can do that. Yes. Yes, you can. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have anything to wash it
Just like
off with, but you can sort of try to scrape some of it off. It's not going to be perfect
Mara
without
helps
any
her a
water,
little.
but it helps.
I just want to be presentable.
Mara gets near to her and try to help her.
I still flinch a bit at being touched.
Don't worry, I'll be professional.
I will attempt to stay still and not flinch.
Hey.
Well, roll your self-control then with difficulty 7.
Wonderful. No, my self-control is slightly higher than that. Well, I rolled a 10 and a 1.
There are flinches as you touch her.
Never mind. You'll do a perfect job on your own. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Well, I was just wanting to keep myself occupied at the moment.
Do you have any poems you could recite for us?
Yes. I was asked to perform earlier this evening, but the audience was not of my liking.
No,
But this one I like. Mara rises to her feet, go very solemnly to the center of the room. If there is a table, she takes the table and put it on the center of the room.
There is some kind of table in there. It does look very sturdy.
Something that can support my weight. I don't weigh
You
much.
can get a chair.
Okay, a chair.
There isn't much furniture in this place.
Mara jump. Well, not very much jump because she's not doing very well. She solemnly step on the chair. She bowed to the crowd. She smiled. Well. Finally, a worthy audience. This will be. Well, I will give my best performance to celebrate my sisters and their accomplishment. And well, I'm not good with goodbyes, so in case this is the case, let's give to art all there is to say about farewells and feelings. And Mara started to perform something. Let's probably she is going to some a piece from the Hamlet.
Okay. Nice.
And the one when there is the feast about the death of his father and the wedding of his mother, and Ego. She goes from this. She just make up for the lack of scenery. She grab, I don't know, dust probably, and she throw like some sort of festive little things in the air, and she looks straight in front of her, and then she go back. She slowly descend the chair like it was some sort of long set of.
Roll me your performance and charisma with difficulty 7.
Sorry, charisma and
Performance.
okay, yes, charisma and performance.
Just to see how that goes.
And I will spend my last point of willpower because it's very worth
All
it.
right.
Willpower well spent.
Difficulty?
7.
2 successes.
2? With willpower?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
still.
It's all right. You know it's not your best performance, but you are exhausted, and you gave it your best you had at this time. Mara, you've seen Mara perform much more splendidly, but it still looks very good given what she has at her disposal, and she's still clearly giving herself wholly to her art. And as you are reciting, Oscar sits up and starts clapping as you descend, and then stands up, comes up to you, and offers his hand to help you through the few steps. Takes a slight bow. Oh, you're such a star. We must show you off more.
For the worthy audience, I'm always ready to.
I'll make sure to
perform.
introduce you to some very cool audiences. What do you say to that?
Absolutely. I live for this.
I'm glad we have
I
an
used
understanding.
Could I insight check him?
Yeah,
I just want to be sure he's
absolutely.
not. I want to be sure he's not making fun of my sister.
Yeah. Roll, perception and empathy.
You understand
With
that
difficulty 6.
you understand that Mara is tired because she didn't instantly insight check, and it was
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
6.
2 successes.
2 successes. You're not sure what he's thinking. I rolled for him.
damn Tori, my baby.
All right, I will also insight check because I think Janina's watching her, and Janina is not very in the mood for her performance, but I still, when I see her trying, I just watch her very softly, and when I see that Oscar comes up to her, I think after what we encountered in the Camarilla, I think I'm gonna inside check him because I'm very suspicious. Okay, what do I have to roll?
Perception and empathy with difficulty 6. Remember about your wound penalties, everybody.
Oh, I did. Unfortunately.
And I have 1 success.
He seems genuine.
All right. So I just nodded. If mine and Mara's eyes meet, I will just nod, and I will try to smile softly at her.
And not long after that, the door opens. The wind, you can now hear louder. The gust of cold air comes in. And you see Daniel standing there in a doorway. He doesn't close the door, just leaves it slightly open, stands there, and looks to you, Janina. We should probably talk.
I will get up and, like a beaten dog, I will follow him.
He keeps the door open until you come up to it. Mara, what do you want to do?
I look at straight in Janina's eyes, like silently asking, "Are you all right?"
I will nod at you. That it's fine. I will follow him outside.
So you follow outside, and the door closes behind you. He starts walking away from the water tower, just in between the trees, not following any path, just walking on the grass and leaves.
I will follow him, but I will keep a distance, like I'm following like a meter or 2 behind. Or maybe not 1 meter. Let's not make it weird.
Social distance.
Yeah.
Yes. He keeps walking, not very far away. You get to the footpath, which now in leaves you can see. It is a bit ruined. Some of the stones that covered it are now broken, and he stops there and looks to you as you stand there in a bit of a distance from him. I didn't expect to see you again.
I didn't expect to see you as well. I thought you were gone forever.
Yeah, I thought the same. I was looking for you, but took me some time to put myself back in shape, and then there was no trace of you, and I assumed the worst. How have you been?
It was all right. I got adopted by sire of the Malkavian that came with us here. She's one of my sisters. And it wasn't bad until the Sabbat attacked our haven. And then we contacted the Camarilla, and since then we stayed there.
Staying with the Camarilla, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They didn't do anything bad to us, but some of them were nice. But I don't know if that's right for me, especially now.
It's not really right for anybody. I guess unless you're a soulless bastard. What happened with Nella?
I will probably look at the ground and I don't want to look him at the eyes, and I'm gonna say, well, she was just thrown in there with us, and I was alone there. I tried to help her, but I was not well. They tortured us before, and I wanted to help her, but she frenzied and I frenzied as well, and I was hungry. I drank her dry, and now I can feel her inside of me, and I hate it.
Fucking bastards.
I'm sorry.
What have they done to her before? How was she?
Not well. I think she was there maybe longer than us. But she was also, we were staked at the cross, and I think she was near me before.
Fuck.
And when I drank her, I felt her memories, and I saw you in them, and I didn't believe it.
Yeah, she was mine as well.
I'm sorry. I wish I could save her, because now I feel dirty.
It's not. It's what these assholes do to you. If they couldn't just kill you, they twist you into the worst version of yourself. I guess they find it fun.
Do you hate me for it?
No, I don't hate you. I know what it's like, this fucking anger inside of us.
I just wish I could turn back time and save her. Especially now, since I know that she was yours as well.
Yeah, so do I.
I feel even worse because I feel like I killed a family. Even if I didn't know her, she was my sister as well.
I was an idiot for bringing you into this life. I never should have done that. I'm sorry.
No. I just feel like I failed you.
You didn't fail me. It was me who was deluded. I thought we can fight a good fight and stand up to oppression and injustice. Can you imagine? I was stupid, that's all. There's nothing good for us to do. And I'm sorry. You deserved better than that. I should have just let you go. Never mentioned any of that shit.
Or maybe you should have let me die.
Don't say that.
Sorry, I just really thought that I can do something good with this, but lately just feels like a curse.
Never believed we could do something good with this. She was one thing that kept me alive. I didn't have a heart to tell her how much I didn't believe any of this anymore. must be quite different from when we last seen each other.
But I'm
sorry.
And I will probably make a step towards him, and I will try to hug him very awkwardly.
He hugs you back, also very awkwardly. He's kind of tense. What is going through your head as you're hugging him, having this conversation?
I think I feel more grounded, because if he doesn't believe, he has the same feelings that I have, and that makes me calmer a bit, that I'm not alone. And I'm really happy that he's alive and that he doesn't hate me. And I'm just content for a bit that I'm just not alone. I know I wasn't alone because I have my sisters, but he really had a lot of the same ideals as I had when we met. Now seeing him so disillusioned makes me feel better, because it just feels very comforting to know that I'm not alone. And I'm really genuinely happy that I have him back. I will probably hug him more firmly after a while.
He also hugs you more firmly.
I'm glad you're back and that you're safe.
I'm glad you are as well. It will take me some time to process all the stuff with Nella.
Of course.
But I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I feel the same. And again, if I could do anything to bring Nella back, I would have.
He hugs you even tighter. I know.
What is this place? I mean, not right here, but I mean with the others. Who are they? We never met them at the Camarilla.
No, I wasn't with them at the time. I separated earlier. I thought, I guess I thought I knew better. And that I could use our gifts to fight for, well, the people in our country during the occupation. What an idiot I was. But they tried to split away from the Camarilla. I don't know exactly how this happened. I think Isidore and few others had enough and they left wherever Camarilla refuge was during the war. I came across them when I was with Nella already, and we joined up with them.
I see.
I always was closer to them than to the Camarilla ones anyway.
Well, Camarilla is a strange place. I appreciate the safety and, well, that's probably all that I can appreciate about them. I don't understand why it's so pretentious. Why do we have to pretend and act so politely with people that are really assholes?
It's like any fucking social structure. Somebody holds power, and if you're not friendly and polite to them, well, they're gonna fuck you up. And
did you know the prince, Katerina?
Yeah, briefly before the war. Nobody thought she would last when the war started. Apparently, they were mistaken. Good for her, I guess. Not that I care.
Yes. Well, if it was up to me, I would never step back in the Camarilla, except for a few people that I care about there. Because they are really good people. Do you know Zygmunt?
Of course I know Zygmunt. Oh, the fun we had together.
He took really good care of me. I mean, like emotionally.
Well, we butted heads more often than not. He wasn't very fond of my plans. Well, go and fight the mortals in the war. I went anyway, because hey, who is he to tell me what to do?
Yes.
On the other hand, I thought, now I think it was stupid, so fuck knows.
I think he's a good man. Maybe he's a bit lost, bit of his ideals, but I still think that he's a good man, and he's one of the people that I care about in the Camarilla.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he always had patience for me. Although we usually argued when we talked. Didn't mind him as much as some others.
Well, me and him, we always had very calm and understanding talks. I was always honest with him, and he seems to understand.
You're probably less hot-headed than I was.
Probably. But, I mean, the Camarilla, well, they just have this place, the lounge in the hotel, and it's always, there's always like the Storytellers, the Primogen, he is the biggest asshole that I ever seen.
Who is that?
He has a Russian name. I think he's Russian.
Oh, that's Russian. Oh, well, there used to be a different one.
He's picking up. He's really enjoying like picking out on Mara just because she is a Nosferatu and she wanted to look presentable when first time we met. So she used obfuscate, and I think he's picking up on her because, I don't know, he thinks he's better, but he's not. I think he's ugly. Uglier than any Nosferatu I have met, including the Sabbat ones.
Well, I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I understand that he's so petty.
He's an asshole. But then most rich guys are.
Yeah. Well,
you know how it was. The elites always think they're better than others.
I don't know why he thinks
that. Have much respect for them then, and I don't have much of it now.
That we can agree on. I just think that if he used his talents on something more important, more interesting, I don't know, he must be really bored, because I don't know how else I could explain his behavior.
Well, you know, all the lords and ladies never seem to have not enough time to pick up on poor peasants.
I hate that. I hate that they think that they are better than us.
Always hated that.
Because I don't think the power is the measurement for treating others differently.
Yeah, well, you won't find any opposition from me.
No.
But it seems like we can't do shit in this world.
Did you lost all of your passion to help, to change things in this world?
I don't know what I'm doing here, Nina. Sometimes I wake up in the fucking evening, hungry for blood, and I don't even see the point. And then Nella would always encourage me to keep going. And Isidore seems to believe we can do something. Fuck knows where he gets all this hope from. Wish I could get into that place and grab some for myself. Or not. I'm sorry, I don't really have any answers. I'm afraid I won't be much help. I don't even know what I'm doing, going on.
I think I understand you very well. Because a few weeks ago I would be a different person, but then things happened. I tried to ghoul a boy, and I ghouled him, but then...
Why the fuck did you do that?
I know. I tried to save him because the other thing would be that we would kill him, and I couldn't imagine doing it, but the worst thing is that I did it anyway, because I drank him dry as well. And I hate myself for doing it, because, I feel like whenever I try to help and do something good or better, it always ends up worse. So I think somewhere inside of me, I think that I should just give up and not try anymore. But then I see those Sabbat bastards, and I really don't want to end up like this.
No. But you know what always really, really scares me? When I look at these Camarilla bastards, the one we're more likely to end up like. And they're just the different type of awful and inhuman. Not like you or, some poor young soul, but the old one. Oh, like our noble prince. So.
I know they treat like humans like just their food. They don't kill them unnecessarily, but still they just cattle to them.
And it's all fucking pretense. I wonder if this is our fate. But are we all gonna end up as inhuman monsters?
No,
or dead?
I can't let that happen.
Maybe those who die are actually lucky.
Yes, that's what I think. If I ever start to lose myself and become more like them, I want you to kill me. I want to die like a person, not like a monster.
He puts like his arm again around you. Let's just hope this doesn't happen. Shall we? He says, but you don't hear any hope in his voice. It's just pretty emotionless and tired.
I will put my hand on his shoulder, and I guess we are probably going back.
Yes, and you start walking back. Meanwhile, Mara, there. Janina left. The door closed behind her.
Mara keeps her eyes on the door all the time till Janina comes back, and so she knows she's safe.
Oscar keeps talking to you. Tell me, have you performed much?
I use the person I was when I was alive. Used to perform regularly in a theater here in Warsaw. Then.
That's splendid. Maybe I've seen you.
I would like to activate aura perception on him.
Maybe.
All right. Roll perception and empathy, difficulty 8.
I was going to say I'll spend a willpower, but I don't think I will because I've got a lot of it left. 2 successes.
2 successes. So you see, apart from him being a kindred and not a diablerist, at least not recently.
Well, at least someone here isn't.
Okay. That's just a good start.
You see, there is a certain eagerness to him. He's very alert, very almost. There is a little bit of anxiety and excitement. That is the kind of excitement that also comes from being very agitated and anxious.
Okay. There's no malicious intent that I can see there?
No.
Okay. Then I relax slightly. And we'll just listen to the conversation.
Oh, yes, you could. Who knows? Then.
Mysterious, aren't we? Tell me, when you were with the glorious Camarilla. And you see his exaggerated, almost bow as he says this.
Well,
were you known? Were you admired? Did you show off your skills?
Well, the esteemed and most adorable Toreador Primogen thought that I didn't show enough shame for my ugliness, and that I didn't crawl in the corners of the room like I should, But
well, if we're ever back there, we're gonna have to make sure they can't avert eyes from you. Believe me, I will introduce you. I will present you to everyone. I think we could make quite a nice duo, you and I. You need someone to advertise your skills, don't you?
Well, it has been a long time. Well, not so long maybe for ageless monsters, but it's been a while since I have such a figure. But you are an actor yourself?
Oh, no.
Not.
I'm a dabbler in various crafts, but nothing quite like that. I used to gather people for various things, though. I'm sure I could assemble quite an audience for you.
Oh, you are the mysterious one now.
Always keep them wondering.
It's I never understood that, but it's like unpolite to ask another blood-sucking monster was lineage. Is that or is a common thing? Because I don't need to say.
Oh, I don't mind. I am of the Malkavians.
Oh, I got a feeling that was the case.
What, do I look crazy to you?
No, I tend to get along very well with your clan, actually.
Well, we are the charming ones.
I'll drink to that.
And he kind of gestures to you, Bear, and gives you a smile.
I kind of perk up at this.
I think it's I can say it's like fate. So, well, why not? Let's do that. Let's it has been a long time since I have a company, a theater. Well, my theater is no more like my life, but we can have a new one, I suppose.
Yes, I think we can put on quite a performance. I'll make sure you shine.
Well, yes. We could arrange something and invite our Toreador friends.
Oh, absolutely. We need to show them, right?
Yes, some of them need to be shown that charm and beauty are two different things.
Around that time, the door opens. And you see Isidore and Nina come back. As they come back, she's holding his arm, but she lets go as they get inside. She gives you both a smile.
I smile back.
I smile back.
Nod my head slightly.
And Isidore looks to you. Where is your friend?
I believe she went to speak with her sire more privately.
All right, of course. How are you? Did you get a chance to rest at least a little bit?
Yes.
Are you feeling any better? I know it will probably take time.
Indeed, yes. Certainly a little bit more like myself. Just keeping the mind occupied seems the best thing to do.
Nina looks to Oscar. Darling, I trust you weren't keeping them occupied and tiring them with your speeches and tricks. He gives her a smile. I was only making a polite conversation and making friends.
Yes, he didn't do anything of that sort. He's my agent, I suppose. Or you not. And I look at Oscar.
Well, I'm glad you got the chance to rest a bit, continues Nina.
Yes.
Hopefully, when you get some sleep, you will start to recover. I can take you somewhere where you can clean up a bit when your friend comes back.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so
won't
much.
be anything fancy, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't worry.
Anything
we don't
special you
have. Well, we make do with what we have.
Of course.
I understand as well. Well,
anything's better than being covered in dried blood. So,
I don't want to. Well, maybe right now it's not the best of time, but I'd like to. I appreciate your help, and I still owe you all, and I will help you any way I can. But I think there is a fundamental question I need to ask. Who are you? Like in general.
Isidore looks to you. Well, we are an independent group. I like to think we continue the tradition of anarchs in the city. I don't know if you've heard of that. We're trying to become independent from the Camarilla with varying degrees of success in different times and places.
An alternative to Camarilla, sign me in. I look at Bea, at Amy.
I'm glad
to sort
hear so much enthusiasm from you.
Yes. I need to sort some things before, but no, okay. I'm not right now. I'm a bit tired, and I probably will not be a fair judge of what I saw about Camarilla right now. So politics, I leave that to tomorrow, maybe. But I think I would like to talk to you all like a group more, and to you. I point to Oscar, and you are my agent now, so prepare yourself. Of course, because right now you got a position, but you don't know. Soon there will be a line of people wanting your place. So
Nina just kind of rolls her eyes when you say he's your agent, but she doesn't say anything. She kind of smiles.
I will kind of give her an expression of this is nothing new. This is normal. This is normal Mara behavior.
She's fine. A very wide position, but you have to show you can do the job. I believe in you, mostly because you are the only one right now. But I mean, it's fate.
I will not let you down, says Oscar.
Great. Right now we all need not to die, kill Sabbat, not to get killed by Camarilla, find a theater, and find other actors. We are at a good point.
Isidore puts a hand on your arm and looks to you. You're making quite a lot of plans.
She's like that.
Maybe for now, just for now, you should focus on getting yourself back in shape.
Mara dreams big.
Oh, you dream big or you don't dream at all. There's no middle ground.
I slowly close my notebook, having taken some more notes, but just in a right. Oh, right. I'll put that in as well, shall I?
And no, that said, after we clean up, I think we sisters have to have a little chat about not big dreams, unfortunately, but the topic of survival.
Isidore looks to you. Quite right, you should, and we will. Well, hopefully Zoya and Vanda, our friends, will show up soon, and we also will have quite a lot of things to discuss.
I'm sorry for your friend.
He was a good friend. We will remember him, and I will miss him dearly. He will not be forgotten. Neither will Nella.
Absolutely. As I said, I love you. I'm not.
He looks to you, just kind of quite plain expression, maybe slightly wondering what you mean when you said you will help.
Well, your friends died saving us. Whether it was intentional or not does not change this fact. So I will help you to get us bastards. Also because I hate them quite a lot. And they owe me a horn. And I gesture toward the broken horn.
He raises his eyebrows a bit at the horn. but looks to you and says, well, I believe we have an understanding, at least in that. But I want both of you and your friends to know as well that I don't expect anything in return from you. We rescued you because you needed help, and we came across you.
I would like to insight check him.
Roll your perception and empathy.
I don't. Not transactional. I don't believe that.
Yeah, Bea
Difficulty is 6. I'm gonna give him a roll. Okay. 3 successes. He seems genuine.
I'm kind of surprised by this and don't really know how to react.
And around this time, Janina, you enter with your sire. You see Isidore and Nina. Nina is now sat near Oscar, and he's showing her some trick with cards. And Mara is talking to Isidore. You were gonna say something, Aurora.
I reply to this. I thank you, but I will not forget what you did. Either if you want to be paid back or not, I will not forget. I will be at your side if you need it.
He nods his head. I appreciate that. And as Nina stands up, all right, you're all here and there's not much time left in the night. If she looks to you, Janina. I offered your friends to take you somewhere where you can, well, in very, very basic conditions, clean up a bit.
I will probably look at Mara and Bea, and if they seem like okay, I'm gonna just not as well. And I will leave Daniel's side and go to my sister's.
All right, follow me, she says. It's not far.
Thank you.
As you're about to leave, Janina, Daniel just squeezes your arm with his hand a bit tighter, and then let's go.
I will give him a look and a small nod and try to smile a bit.
And do you all go out after Nina?
Yes.
So she leads you along a path and then turning to another path. They are now all covered in chestnuts and leaves. And you get, after a very short walk, few minutes, to a pond which has a little bit of water in it. It's a pretty big pond. It's not like fully filled with water right now. It's quite dark here. Somewhere in the distance you can see shapes of some buildings. You know, there is, well, Mara and Janina would know, but I might not remember. There is a palace and some follies in this park. And you are there by a pond. There is some water. You can clean up. Nina looks to you. Well, behold our baths.
I appreciate it nonetheless.
Thank you.
She looks to you in your pretty torn clothes. We might try to sort out some clothes for you tomorrow. I'm afraid we're gonna have to nick them from a washing line.
No, perfectly fine. Perfectly comfortable with this.
Thank you. You're too kind.
I will probably take off my shirt and I will wash it in the pond by hand and wash myself.
So Janina starts washing in the pond. Are you all doing that?
I will do something pretty similar, yeah. Although I'm not convinced that my shirt can be saved, given that it's been torn to pieces by gangrel claws, but...
It is torn by gangrel claws.
I don't really care if my shirt is like torn. I just don't want...
Yeah, Bea's is most torn, but all your clothes are pretty ruined. The shirt is sort of holding on you, Bea, but
yeah, I've
blood
got,
isn't washing very well from white, and but some of the blood washes off.
So I take off the Sabbat makeup from the Sabbat makeup artist.
Yeah.
Who kidnapped me. I'm very. I like polish my horse, and I seem very, very distressed about the lacking of a piece of it. But
I just really like wash myself very like vaguely just to wash off the blood. I'm not really like cleaning myself. Janina's not that kind of person.
Yeah, so you just jump into water for a bit. The water is cold, but you don't mind. You are, after all, dead.
I probably like look at Mara for glance at her once in a while.
So you glance at Mara. It's quite dark, but you can see the shape of her body. The wind is getting stronger. Summer leaves fly down, landing some on your hair, some nearby in the water. As you're doing this, Nina is sitting with her back against a tree. Not quite just by the pond, a bit in a distance. And she's looking at the sky. And you're done after a moment. I imagine takes longer for some of you than for Janina. But you've done the best you could. And you start feeling slowly tired. As you know, there's still a little bit of time left, but the dawn is approaching.
I will probably wait for the girls to...
Yeah, you're finished.
Yeah.
After time.
And I'm gonna let my hair dry, and once we are all done, we probably head back.
Bea seems not particularly bothered by any sort of nudity or being exposed in front of everyone. But does seem displeased at the lack of cleanliness. But
this is not the cleanest water as well.
But beggars can't be choosers, so we'll eventually just accept defeat and return.
And Nina stands up as you've done. Looks to you. I'm sorry, this is the best we have at this place.
Don't worry.
Must be used to better having lived with the Camarilla.
No, exactly.
Yes, let's say that. Well, we had a bathroom.
Yeah, well, we don't. Right, shall we get back?
Well, I like the pond better. It's more poetic than an apartment with
I tried telling myself that several times.
No,
and she gives you this smile.
Believe me, meet the Toreador Primogen enough time and you'll prefer the pond, even for the slight hope you can draw him in there. And Mara.
She just shakes her head.
Mara's smiling.
And you get back to the water tower, where you see Zoya, who came back in the meantime, just sitting there. as you are coming closer, you hear a bit of her raised voice and Isidore talking, and she is just generally expressing frustration with everything and saying Wanda will not like this. And Isidore just says, we're gonna have to make a decision. And at this, Nina opens the door. And she gives them a smile and says, oh, calm down, both of you. It's almost time to sleep, and you're getting so agitated. At which Isidore smiles, and Zoya just rolls her eyes angrily. And you enter as well. Isidore looks to you. All right. Well, this is our home. You're welcome to set yourselves up wherever you want. There's a little bit of space upstairs. There is space here. You can help yourself to blankets, I'm afraid. This is all we can offer.
Which is appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. You're almost too kind. Thank you.
Fine.
Girls, can I suggest girls only party or for the rest of the night?
Of course. I will hold Mara's hand and follow her wherever she wants to go.
I try to find the place. I mean, it probably is impossible to find a place where no one can hear us, but...
Not really. You can go upstairs, but it's not really even like a proper floor. There is a staircase, and you can see it's like a wooden floor above you, and you can sort of climb onto it, but you don't think, like, you think you can hear everything that goes on.
The best I do with what we have. So, small room... Upstairs it is.
I follow, slightly shaking my head and smiling. Will nod politely to everyone else, but follow my sister's slightly exasperated expression. But
well. What do we do?
First, we need to sleep.
Yes.
Tomorrow I will need to pick your brains as to what happened, because I don't have any memories, and I probably won't have any memories by tomorrow. But
yes, I would like I wanted to talk before you forget things.
Right.
I mean, we can remind you, but I want your fresh memory about the events.
What exactly do you want to know?
What do you want to do, Bea? You want to stay in Camarilla? Don't think about us. Think about you.
I need to go back to Mother.
Yes, I imagine that.
But will you go back to us? I can't imagine not having you around.
Can I try to push through the blood bond?
Yes. Roll your willpower with difficulty 8.
Oh, great! My 2 willpower.
The right time to do that.
Ha! Botch.
No!
You need to get back to Mother. That's just the dominating thought in your head.
I try to push through it and I can't, and everything comes back to Mother. No, I need to go back to her. I have to go back to her.
I will probably try to touch her shoulder if she doesn't flinch.
No, I have to go back to her. It's
I know that's
the most
okay.
important thing. No, I have to. I have to go.
I know. Just look at me, Belle. You know that I love you, and I really appreciate what you did for me back at the Sabbat Haven. You're one of the most important people in my own life, and I can't lose you. So I hope that even if you go back to your mother, that you go back to us, because I can't imagine my life without you. And I try to stroke her face.
Sisters, you are literally all I have left. I don't have anything else other than you.
I now have my sire, but you two are always the most important beings.
So I will do whatever it takes to keep you safe, both of you.
If you want back, I promise you, I will come back for you.
I lean forward and I try to take their hands.
I will let her take my hand.
Yes. Marathon.
It's more I'm trying to let myself do it almost.
Well, roll your self-control.
What is my difficulty?
I think we said 7 for people who are closer to you.
1 success.
You can do it. You can push.
So yeah, I kind of grit my teeth and lean forward and take both their hands.
Marathonias.
For a very short period and then sort of let go quite quickly afterwards, but I try to push through.
I try not to cry.
I want to say that I'll come back to you, but I don't know if I'll be able to, but I want to.
The most important thing is I want you to be safe, even if I will never see you again. I only need to know you are safe, and that but just know I'll do anything. If you have a problem, any problem, you come back and I will help you. I will do everything. I don't need to know why. Just go to me and say the word and I help you. Yes. I think my problem is I'd go back for you. I'd go back to Camarilla for you and for the people I swore to protect. But if there is even a possibility that they kill Janina, I can do that, because if they try to touch her, I will not let them, and we will both die. And that I die, I can live with that. But I will never be. I cannot let Janina be harmed. It will, I don't know, shatter my soul if I'm not alive, and kill me for sure if I am alive.
I'm just gonna try to hug both of them because I'm trying hard not to cry.
I'll roll another self-control check.
I think you had a success, so we can say that 2 successes. Okay. Well, yes, you can tolerate it.
Hug both of them. I can't believe that I have 2 people that I care most in the world. And I will do everything that we stayed together. Even if you don't get back to us, Belle, know that I will try to bring you back. unless you really don't want to. Because I know you love your mother, and I really don't know your mother well enough to think anything bad of her. I have my suspicions, but I know that you love her.
I give a look to Janina like, what the fuck?
You've known her as long as you've known me.
I know, but you're my sister and I spent much more time with you, and I know that she loves you. That's not my concern.
What is your concern?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but I just think that it's I don't know how to explain it, because I know you love her too, but it almost feels like
Janina,
sometimes
I don't think it's the moment for that.
Yes, it's all right. I know she loves, and that's most important, that I know that she doesn't mean you any harm, and that's most important to me. But I know that she might think that me and Mara might be a harm to you, and then she might tell you not to socialize with us. I did just think that she has an influence on you, but I know that maybe I don't want to impose myself, because I really don't know her well enough. I don't know what she's like with you.
Janina,
I just know
we are really going to have this conversation right now.
I know.
I would like to insight check.
Roll perception and empathy. Janina, are you trying to hide any of your feelings?
I'm trying to hide that I don't like Felicia, but I don't.
Okay, roll manipulation and subterfuge.
Because I don't trust
difficulties. Her. Remember your penalties, yes. All of you.
Yeah. No, I have.
And difficulty is 6 for both of you.
All right. I have 1 success.
What are you trying to keep from Bea that you dislike Felicia?
Yes, I think I just want to because not that I dislike her, that I just don't like her, because I think before I just tried to make it seem that she's also like my mother and that I care about her, and now I just tolerate her because she loves Bea, and I know that she loves Bea, but it's more like the other things that I don't trust her on.
So you see that, Bea, you see the dislike of Felicia that Janina tries to hide, but you see right through it.
I pull out my notebook.
I'm trying to rip it up.
And you are all starting to get very tired now, as the sun is about to rise. Bea is scribbling in her notebook.
It's like the message is like, and then it's like nothing.
Well, no, she can finish. Like you don't quite, you can keep yourself awake if you really need to for longer. But you are all feeling very, very tired. In the moment you need to go to sleep.
We will have to have a chat about mother one day with you, but I don't think this is the right time for that.
I know. I'm sorry I brought it up. It just.
No, I know how you feel. I know how you feel, Janina, but I think this is a conversation that we at some point have to have, but when we are more calm and in a more safe situation, I think. Well,
I'm sorry.
It depends. If we are never going, well, let's talk about this tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
Okay. We need to rest.
And with that, you lie down. Mara, what are you thinking about as you lie down after this conversation and all that happened? Only a few hours ago, you were still in Sabbat.
Mara, the most important thought right now is that she's struggling to decide if telling all that she thinks about the sire of Bea to Bea or not, because if they are never going to meet for whatever reason, she wants for her to know the truth. But at the same time, she thinks that she fears to make Bea freaks out in the most terrible moment. So she's thinking about that, and also she had tried her best for the last few hours to keep the morale up, because she thinks it's probably the worst, the last time they are going to be together. So it's her way to let Bea and the other with a good memory of their last time together. But she's a bit sad, obviously, and she was sincere when she said that the most important thing is that both Bea and Janina are alive, in a sense. And she's thinking that as long as Bea is alive somewhere, it's fine. Even if we can make it.
Eventually, you start falling asleep, and as you do, you again hear screams and smell smoke. And you feel the heat of fire around you as your friends, your family screams. And you think you're going to start running towards them, but instead you drift away into darkness. And you, Janina, what's going through your head as you lie down after this conversation and this whole days?
I worry about what Bea thinks, because I just don't want her to think that I hate Felicia, and because I really want her to come back. Because I realized after what she did for me in the Sabbat Haven that I really can't lose her. That maybe I don't love her the same way I love Mara, but I still love her as my sister, and she's part of me, and I can't imagine my life without her. And even if it meant that I would have to go back to Camarilla to retrieve her, I would do it, unless she really would hate me and didn't want me around. And that's what I don't want to. So I'm afraid that I misstepped with what I said about Felicia, but I just don't know what to say, because it's not that I would hate Felicia. I just don't think that she's really... I just think she has a bad influence on Bea. That's what I think. I don't think she hates or that she's mean to Bea. After the conversations that we had before, I realized that she really cares about her, and it's not in line what I think love and care should look like. And then I also think about Daniel, and that seeing him so broken and disillusioned, it's comforting in a way, but at the same time, it gives me energy, because I'm still not as broken as him, because since he doesn't hate me, I feel like I still should try and do something good, especially when he said that Nella really believed in that we can make a difference. And I try to channel this inside of me. Not sure if it's mine or Nell's memories, but that's what I feel. That I should just try a bit
and
more.
you fall, and you fall asleep, not sure of your own memories and where they came from. And you, Bea, what is going through your head after you saw what you saw?
There was this moment where we were really connecting, that we were coming together as sisters, and I was torn because there was this part of me that genuinely wanted to go with them, but then just this overriding thought of my mother kicked in, and I just am torn to her, and it's like my thoughts just keep going back to her and keep going back to her, and it's this obsessive feeling, and it's almost a little frightening, that I don't feel in control, but at the same time it feels right, and I felt surprised, but also like upset and shocked that Janina doesn't like my mother, because you have to like my mother. My mother's wonderful. She has never done anything wrong in her life ever. And just so I've made notes for myself, and something feels off about the notes, but also it feels right.
And you drift away to sleep with those confused and obsessive thoughts. And I think this is a good time for a short break. Thank you very much to everyone who's been watching. We will be back in about 15-20 minutes, so please stay with us, and let's see what happens the next night when the coterie wakes up. So see you soon after the break.
Bye-bye.
And welcome back. So thank you for staying with us, and hope you will enjoy how the story continues. And we will jump right back in to the next night. And before we do that, just for bookkeeping's sakes, you can all regain a point of willpower.
Yay!
And you can, and even must, lose the blood for this night.
Oh my god. No, I don't like this. This is always no.
Well, this is the Kindred condition.
I know, but I don't like it.
Okay, the situation is not promising, but
Aurora, you can also regain one more point of willpower for your gallant demeanor for your show last night and Oscar taking interest.
2 willpower point. I'm saved.
Yes, and feeling still completely mentally exhausted, although more able to do anything than before. You're the first one to wake up after the sun sets over Warsaw. You wake up in this unfamiliar place. You feel slightly rested. How much blood do you have right now?
3.
You also feel hungry.
I look around and I realize Janina is still asleep.
Janina is still asleep. Bea as well. They
Mara,
like 2 dead bodies at the moment.
Mara looks at Janina with a very, now that no one is looking at her, she looks at Janina a bit heartbroken because she realized that she knows what it means that she wake up before her. And for a moment she think back to a simpler time when nothing of this ever happened. But she stand up. She looks around to see if anyone else is...
Well, you're upstairs. No one else is upstairs, but you hear some movement downstairs. Someone is also standing up.
I go downstairs.
You go downstairs and you see Isidore, who is standing up. He looks to you and gives you a smile. Rising early.
Yes. I was not the only one.
It's good. I hope to talk to you anyway. I believe you still have something of mine that I would hope to get back. I don't begrudge you a weapon, but this one has sentimental value. If you don't mind. And he stretches his hand.
Of course. Sorry. I should have done that before. I give back the cool-looking dagger from my possession.
He takes it back, attaches it to his belt. I'm sure you will be able to find another knife somewhere in the city. So, you're thinking of staying with us?
I'd love to. I mean, I've been briefly with Camarilla, and saying that I didn't like what I saw would be an understatement. I struggle. I think I'm not very old from our point of view. But the first months of my life were a bit aimless. I didn't know exactly what I have to do other than surviving. I was on my own. I didn't know anything. Then I met the girls. I had a family again. Then we were in Camarilla. I could keep the charade on for the sake of my sisters, because they are the only thing I left in the world. But I gesture generally to my
your
where
heart's
my
not in it. You're not one for charades.
I don't know. I was being around Janina. I didn't know what I wanted to be when the old me, the human, died. I didn't know what I wanted to be. But Janina made me realize that aside from the light, the art, the passion, I want to be. I don't want to be worse than the human was. I want to be, if I can, even better than what I used to be. I want to do to help. I want to make a difference somehow in this. Camarilla is just a collection of bad written villains that I don't know think that humans and other kindred are beneath them. They are not.
No, not quite. I understand your feelings.
That's sad.
I've been through all of that myself, again and again and again.
That said, I don't know what I can do for you.
Well, you don't need to do anything for us if you wish to stay with us. I am prepared to welcome you. You said you are quite young.
Well, yes. I was embraced. Hey, what a year?
It would be about a year or something like that.
Was
a bit more maybe, but not much more.
Bit more than a year.
Yes, you clearly are still adjusting, but your feelings are perfectly understandable. Your friend, Janina, you said she helped you. She might need your help now, given what happened to her, so that she doesn't forget all the things you talked about.
Yes, we used to. We used to wake up together.
Yes, well, my sire took care to explain to me the intricacies of, well, how repelled by proximity of a son our condition seems to be, he called it.
The book. You are
yes, you said you read the essay.
Yeah, you are the notes man.
I've made some notes back in the day, yes.
Yeah, they were great. We loved them. We wanted to meet.
I'm glad. My reputation precedes me, I suppose.
Your literary reputation, nonetheless.
Well, I've never been much of a writer. I dabbled at poetry, but never was any good, I'm afraid. Fancied myself a poet, though. Who didn't, at one time or another?
Oh, I'd love to read your poems.
Oh, you really wouldn't.
Oh, don't put yourself down. You cannot be worse than storytellers, believe me. I hear their poems.
Depends on the reader, I suppose.
Well, yes, let's give them hope. Some are, well, passable artists. Not as good as me, but... Well, but in all seriousness...
He just smiles in response.
In all seriousness, if you can find a use for a dead actress, I'll be your dead actress. I will never forget what you did for us. We will be dead, or worse. My sister would be dead. You saved them, and you will have my eternal gratitude for that.
Well, thank you. I am prepared to welcome you because of what's in your heart, and that is what is the most important here. Meanwhile, Janina, you're asleep, and your dreams are a mixture of scenes, memories, and what stands out is a memory of being beaten by the German soldiers, pain going through your body as their blows and kicks hit. The blows and kicks stay the same, but you're not sure of your surroundings. Sometimes you're on the street, sometimes you're in the room, sometimes you see the light from the harsh light from a lamp in the interrogation room, sometimes softer light of street lamps and a moon somewhere above you. You feel dampness in the air, and you feel the softness of night's air, all mixed together as the blows keep hitting and hitting, and you feel more and more pain. And sometimes you scream with your own voice, and sometimes a different one. And sometimes you have your own face, and sometimes different, younger face of a teenager, Nella, that you remember from looking at the mirror in yourself, just like you remember your own face. And you wake up.
While to regain memories that everything that happened, and when I see Bea sleeping, I probably calm a bit, but I also look for Mara because I was used to her waking up after me, so that worries me a bit that she's not here.
Mara's not here. You hear some voices coming from downstairs, and when you look at Bea, you see her sort of turn in her sleep, clenching her jaw.
I will probably come closer to her and will put my hands on her shoulders and try to hold her still, and maybe I will try to whisper, like, calm down, everything's all right, you're safe.
Bea, roll me your humanity with difficulty 8.
Ooh. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right, so in your dream, you're running along the street and you hear bombs above you. You're choking on the smoke and dust. And around you, people are screaming and crying. And you're looking for your mother. You know you need to find her. Her name, her face are seared into your mind, the only thing you remember. And you're looking for her, looking at all the people running past you, all the people screaming, but all their faces are completely blank, without features, and you can't distinguish them from one another. And you're calling Felicia, but she doesn't answer. All you hear is the sound of plane engines above, roaring fire and screams. You don't remember when you last saw Felicia. You try to find the place. You're turning into different streets, falling and standing up to your feet. Her voice is ringing in your ears, calling towards you, calling you, Bea, my daughter, where are you? And you try to call to her, try to scream so that she hears you and comes to you. And you think you see her. You see an older woman moving through the ruins, but her face is also blank. All the faces are blank. And then you hear the sudden, much louder, deafening noise and feel the pain in your body as the building collapses near you, hitting you, and flames erupt around you. And everything starts fading within your head. Someone is shaking you. Someone is touching your arms.
I lash out at whoever's touching me.
Janina, roll me your wit and alertness with difficulty 7.
Right.
Your specialty will count here if you get 10s in wit. Yeah.
Right. So I guess my penalties still count. So, right.
Yeah, your penalties still apply.
I have 1 success.
You have 1 success. So you barely, but you manage to move yourself away from Bea. She comes awake and attempts to hit you and bite at you. Just lashing out.
All right. I will try to pin her down with my strength and just hold her down. And I'm still calling for her to wake up.
Bea, what are you doing? Do you think you're defending yourself? Do you think you're...
I think I'm screaming and thrashing and trying to get away. Because I don't like being touched.
Yes, roll your dex and brawl. And you, Janina, roll your dex and brawl.
Haha, with my penalties?
You can add your celerity die as well, Janina. Penalties still apply, though. Difficulty is 6 for both of you.
I have 1 success.
1 success. So it is a bit hard. Bea is thrashing. But you manage to pin her down. She hits you a little bit. It doesn't really do you much damage. You're holding her in place, but she is struggling, and you manage to hold her down, but barely. Mara, you are downstairs. You're talking to Isidore, and at first you notice Nina starts staring, and Oscar starts staring as well, just kind of sitting on the blankets. And not long after that, you start hearing some kind of thrashing upstairs.
I bolt towards upstairs immediately.
So you climb up and you see Janina holding Bea down.
What's happening?
I think she's having a nightmare. I'm trying to...
Oh, okay.
Still screaming and thrashing.
Don't, baby, leave her. Baby, she doesn't try to not touch her for a moment. Let's see if...
All right, I'm gonna just sit on her, but I'm not gonna touch her with my hands. I'm just like sitting on her, but I release her shoulders.
Okay, it's not what I was meaning.
So
but
you let her just hit you and thrash against you?
Bea?
Well, I think I will, but if she's trying to hit me like if she doesn't calm down, because I'm trying to like maybe sit on her, but I'm alleviating myself, so I don't think she would even think that I'm sitting on her anymore, because I'm not putting my weight on her body. So I'm standing, kneeling on above her, but I'm not putting my weight on her. So if she's trying still to hit me, I will probably get away. If she's calming down because she can't feel me above her, then I will just stand still.
What is Bea doing?
As long as there's still physical contact, the lashing out still continues.
All right, I'm probably like, if I see her like lashing out of me, even when I'm not touching her, I probably just...
Once there is no physical contact at all, that is the point where she will start to calm. But while you're kneeling, sitting on her, not happy.
So if you hold her, Bea keeps thrashing.
All right, I'm gonna leave her go, and I'm gonna swirl myself at the side, so I didn't touch her at all. But I'm still like near her, in case I wouldn't need to put her down again. I would.
Mm. So Bea, you feel free of touch.
At that point, I just kind of, on sort of hands and feet, sort of in an almost sort of feral crouch, sort of back away from the person who was touching.
You're feeling kind of groggy. You feel like you woke up earlier than you normally would. There's still this tiredness. You are awake, but you're still... You can stay awake, but you're still, you feel like you've woken up too early.
I think there's a brief moment where I kind of curl up against the wall, and just once I realize that no one's coming any closer to me, that's the point where I'll sort of let myself slip back into sleep. Staying awake is hard, and I've not got a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, so Bea curls up against the wall and is motionless again.
I look at Mara.
I look at Janina.
I just tried to help. She was having a nightmare. I tried to calm her.
I know. What Are we going to tell her about Felicia?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell her because I don't want her.
The notebook is on the floor where she was lying previously. The notebook is lying there.
I don't want her to hate us or to. I really don't know. I want to be honest with her because
yes,
I love her and I don't want her to go away.
I know. I'm afraid of Felicia if we are not around her. I want that just she knows she has to be on guard somehow. But I don't know. She trusts her mother completely.
I think
I fear of doing her more a disservice than helping her by telling the truth. I don't know.
I will probably, if the notebook is on the ground, I will grab it and I will try to find the last note she made. So I knew what she's written down.
There's a little almost like a bookmark that's tied into the journal, which keeps the last place. So it's actually quite easy to find. And the last set of notes, well, there's see previous page and an arrow pointing in a direction. And then also, Janina dislikes mother. I need to go to 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 mother. Written repeatedly over and over again in this quite obsessive manner.
Well, I think there's no point for me to try to deny how I feel about Felicia because she has it written in her journal. And honestly, I don't want to lie to her because if I lie to her, I would feel like I'm no better than Felicia. I don't want to manipulate her.
Yes, you have a very good point. Yes, you're right. We will tell her.
Yes.
But to stay or to leave must be her choice.
Of course.
I don't want her to feel that she have to stay because of us.
Oh no.
Even though I'd want. Even though, I just wish that we could go back to before all this mess.
I wish that too. When we still have our haven and things were better.
You want to stay here, Janina?
I think I want, and even if I didn't want to, I think that this is a better place for me because
we can go away. We can go away if you want.
Oh no, I didn't make up my mind, but my sire is here, and I don't have as much feelings as Felicia and Bea has for Felicia, but Daniel, he's very honest with me, and I think he needs me to be around.
Okay.
And I want to be around because I think we share a lot of in common, and I want to stay with him, and I want to help them in any way for what they did to us. They saved us. And I feel like these people are much more honest with us. And I don't feel so pressured to behave myself. I just feel like I can be myself here.
We were imprisoned for 2 nights by the Sabbat. I haven't seen anyone from a Camarilla going to our help. They went to help their own. They went to help their own. So
I know, but Camarilla.
This alone show how better they are.
But I would really like to contact Roman because
yes, I will.
And also Raquel.
Yes,
there are people in Camarilla that I care about, and I don't want anything bad happen to them. And I would wish they would be with us, but of course I understand that
I can contact Roman.
We don't have anything to offer them, and I don't know that. Did Isidore told you anything about this place, or what are they? Because Daniel just told me that he joined them, and
they are anarchs.
And what
they are independent from Camarilla, and they are trying to, well, at this time are supposed to survive.
That sounds really good.
They are willing to welcome us with that.
So good. Especially since I can't force you to go anywhere, but I can go back to Camarilla because I did to Nella.
Where you can't go, I don't go. End of the story. Nor that I will miss any of them.
I will probably look at her in silence for a bit.
Actually, for Mara thinks for a brief moment to her brother, but she doesn't say anything. I like these people, and if you say that your sire is safe and he's a good guy,
he is,
and you want to stay around him,
and I'm saying someone who thought that he was gone, but even if he's a bit broken, I think he's a good guy.
You can make him better. You made me better. You can make it better. You can make him better again. I know you can.
I don't know. Everything that happened, it took a lot of my passion to do better things. Because
you can do that.
Do you really believe that?
I do.
No, I'm joking. I trust Mara.
It seemed like Mara wanted to say something more, but she paused.
I want to try for you and for Belle and for Daniel, because at the end of the day or night, you are the only thing that I have left. And I know that you are an amazing woman and you're trying to stay with me, but I don't want you to be forced to abandon Camarilla in case you would want to go there. You know that, right?
As I said, you and Bea are the only thing I have. I don't care about anything else. You have to stay safe, no matter what. It doesn't matter. You have to stay safe. I failed once, and I will never fail again. I will protect you, no matter what. We can stay here. I'd be glad to stay here.
What about Dominic? Don't you think that maybe he would also like to be here? Or do you think he will never leave the man that he loves?
I don't know. I don't know him well enough to know if he'd like to be with us here. I can, if I have the chance, I can ask. But if I have to choose between you and him, there's no choice.
Meanwhile,
and she
just finish, yeah. She
her expression is a bit troubled when she says this, because I have no willpower, so I'm tired. Mara is tired and not trying to put her.
Yeah, way too tired for any of that. Meanwhile, Bea, you slipped back into sleep, and as you do, you are aware of bombs falling from the sky, dust filling the air, and people screaming, but you don't hear. Well, you hear the screams, but they seem far away, as if they were coming from underwater. Just like a sound of bombs, just like a sound of engines. And in your ears, there is only the voice of your mother calling to you. Bea, Bea, my daughter, where are you? Where are you? Are you safe? I need to find you. And you hear her, you know she's looking for you. You are looking for her, but she's nowhere to be seen. All the other sounds drift away. There is pain somewhere, but you're barely aware of it. There is only her voice and the emptiness around you as you can't get to her, running through the streets. And as you do, again, another bomb falls from the sky, the ground shakes, and you're thrown into the air and thrown against the rubble, pain spreading around your body. You still hear Felicia's voice getting fainter and fainter, and another voice over it. Male voice that fills you with fear and anger and hate, saying, the weak like you never succeed, and for you there can be no redemption. You wake up.
I think I wake with a scream.
So, yeah, Bea, as you're having a conversation, at some point, Bea screams.
I then go to sort of wipe my face and notice that I have a hole in my hand, and then that I have a hole in both of my hands. And I'm just sitting there staring at my hands shaking.
I'm gonna go to her. Bea? Are you alright? Sabbat did this.
Yes.
Where are we?
We are at the haven of the people, Kindred, that rescued us. My sire is among them. We are safe.
Where's Mother?
She's perhaps at the Camarilla Hotel. It's alright, she's okay. She wasn't with the Sabbat, she's fine.
Good.
How are you feeling?
Awful. How are you?
Could be better.
Yes.
We all had some bad nights.
I take in the sort of disheveled state of both of them. Yes.
We were attacked, and the Sabbat haven that we went investigate. We were attacked there and then imprisoned. And they staked us to the cross. That's why you have the holes.
Wonderful.
But we were rescued. You're right.
I stand up and start dusting myself off. Are you still holding the journal?
No, I probably put it back when I found it as soon as I read or showed Mara. Because I will probably put it right, at least tried to put it at the same way it was.
That's fine. It won't matter to me either way. So I'll pick up the journal. Start reading over. And then go and make another note.
I'm not saying anything, I'm just watching her, but because I probably know what she's reading, so I'm just like waiting for if she's gonna say something.
You hear more voices coming from downstairs now. The general vibe of the conversation seems to be a discussion of you and how you're feeling, but not like, beyond, I hope they will be okay, and that they're lucky they got found, that Zoya, and what to do, and some people seeming rather worried about the Sabbat encroaching on them.
I finish making my note and then close the book.
Is everything okay, Belle?
Well, I need to get back to Mother.
Of course. We have discussed this yesterday.
Right.
But we can go back. At least I can't go back with you. I'm not sure if she had written down the diablerie that Janina committed.
It wasn't on the last page. There was quite a few notes before the last page that you looked at. So unless you went back more than that page, then it wasn't there. But there's definitely flicked through a couple of pages. Right. Of course. I don't want to leave you out here. This place is going to be dangerous soon.
I know, but we can go back. At least I can go back with you. Back to the Camarilla.
Perhaps we can explain to them that it was an accident. Perhaps they'll be understanding given the circumstances.
I really want to say about Marta, but I'm trying to help myself in. Well, I don't know. Do you think that Felicia would understand? And I'm trying to see what Belle thinks.
I give her a slightly intense stare. What do I think Mother would think of this?
Well, there is some uncomfortable feeling, I would say, in there. You remember that, diablerie is a big crime in Kindred society. You remember Felicia being very stern when explaining it to you repeatedly to make sure you remember. So it's like it kind of comes back. But you remember her also caring for Janina and wanting to protect her as well and adopting her. So maybe she would try to make it better, and your instinct from your blood is that Felicia, of course, wants to take care of people and make things better. But there is some discomfort that you can't quite place.
Can I try to push through?
Yes. You can spend willpower.
I can spend a willpower. Okay.
You can spend a willpower to overcome your derangement for about a turn scene, and you can remember.
I'm so. Screw it. Let's go for it. I'll spend that willpower that I just gained back.
All right. So as you focus and push through to get to your memories, you remember Marta, and you remember Felicia explaining to you that she can't be taken to the Camarilla because it could reflect bad on your sisters.
Do I remember anything else related to Marta?
Yes, you remember how you drained her and left her for the sun with Felicia.
Right. I would like to keep that off my face as much as I can.
Roll, I think, self-control and subterfuge for this.
That's fair.
I'm gonna say difficulty 8 to just keep it off your face, so that it doesn't show at all.
No successes.
No successes.
No successes.
So what is on your face? Not guilt, but what is there?
Sort of a slightly horrified realization, discomfort, fear. Definitely not guilt, but realizing that Janina can't come back. But just the sort of horror of... Am I also remembering the fact that I've lied about this?
Yes, you would at this point. You spent
okay, then yeah, that's also
so you can regain the memories, like relating to Martha.
Wonderful. I'm so glad I spent that willpower now. Excellent. Yeah, so there's just this horrified moment of
roll your intelligence and politics with difficulty 7.
That is a good roll for me right now. Okay, it's like...
Do you have any die?
I do have 1 dice. I've got 1 dice.
Okay, roll it.
Them wound penalties are really being a time right now. Are you shitting me? How about a botch?
Yeah, no, you can't take Janina back. It's
great, wonderful. No, can't do it. Star's not right.
Yeah, it's you try to think about it, think about the whole situation, and you're just getting more scared and more worried. And at the same time, the thoughts about Mother and that you need to get back to her start resurfacing again.
I try to notice how she's reacting to
you see
it's
this
not
reaction.
Difficult.
It's very visible. She starts looking terrified and horrified, and yeah.
So what do you think, Belle?
You can't go back. You're right.
Yes, I thought so.
Desperately not mentioning anything to do with Marta, but it's probably a little obvious I'm holding something back.
Janina, roll your perception and empathy. Let's just say with difficulty 7, if you notice that there is something more at all.
Okay, my penalties still count because I didn't.
Oh, absolutely, yes, until you heal.
I have no success.
Hey!
Okay, yeah, you don't see that there's anything more. Are you watching Mara as well?
Yes, probably at this point, Mara looks at Janina Like expectantly.
Okay, so you're looking at Janina. Yeah, okay.
Like, should we say it or not?
I will just try to touch Bea, but like very slightly, maybe just her shirt. I'm just not trying to touch her skin or anything, just very lightly. But I hope that you will come back to us.
There is slight knocking from sort of down, as if someone climbed up the staircase and then instead of going up, in the absence of the door.
Yes.
Nina comes up. Just wanted to check on you. I heard there was a bit of trouble.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be all right.
Oh, I can take you. Look for some clothes, and you must be feeling hungry as well.
Yes.
How much blood do you have, Janina?
I have 4.
Yes, you're feeling hungry. And you, Bea? You are also feeling hungry. Next year, so whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
I will probably retract my arm back from Bea.
And she goes down. She
I
leaves.
relax slightly now that people are slightly less in my space, and also that we've moved away from that topic of conversation.
But I'm gonna look back at her and just say, but I just really hope that you'll come back to us.
Well,
Yes.
Stay safe. Stay. Okay, look. I know. Well, I probably don't, but I kinda know how you feel about Felicia. She loves you, and she kept you safe, and I know that. But please, how can I say this? She's still a vampire like us. Be on your guard. Can you do that for me, please?
Sure.
I don't want... Let's put it like this. I owe her, but she didn't tell always the truth. At least to us. To me and Janina. So...
I will probably look at the ground.
Please,
I'm trying to
be careful.
Myself.
You're smart. I know that you are smart. So be careful. Because I will not be around to put you in trouble most of the time, but to also be there for you. So please be careful, even around her. Probably she'd never do anything bad to you. Probably. But still, in case, be careful. And this, please write it down on your diary. Please.
Or I could throw my pen on the floor.
How are you feeling with this?
Unsettled, upset, but also I am aware that yes, we have in fact lied to them about something quite significant. So there's this horrible tearing, rending feeling inside of like both you're right, but also I dislike that you're talking badly about her, but also you're right, but also no, you can't say that. So there's just this and there's this unsettledness of like, I've lied to you and I need to keep lying to you about this, but also I want to argue with you, but also I know that you're so she's clearly not happy about this topic of conversation and really uncomfortable. There's this sort of internal battle between the blood bond and what I know to be true.
Yes. Rightly so.
Could I make another attempt to push through the blood bond?
Sure. Roll your willpower.
And I'm right back to where I started last time, so let's see how well this goes.
Difficulty is 8.
Another botch.
You need to get back to Mother. As you focus, your memories are starting to fade, and you forget what you remembered. And you just remember Mara talking some completely unjustified things about Mother.
My face.
There is still the feeling of being torn and this discomfort, but you don't know where it comes from now. And you just remember Mother and something in you just wants to get back to her, and something in you is angry that Mara is even saying this.
She wrote quick enough.
Bea's face goes from sort of confusion and maybe acknowledgement, but a little bit of anger, and then it suddenly smooths out into this almost passive acceptance.
I'm gonna look at Bea and just tell Mother what happened with me and Danella, and ask her about her opinion, and then write it down. And if we meet, I want to read it. Please.
In this almost sort of mechanical motion, Bea just nods. And continues writing.
Poor Bea. Her whole life is just writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this point, you hear the door slam open downstairs, and you hear a woman's voice shouting, "All right, tell me what the fuck happened, and maybe I won't tear you all to pieces."
I just protectively put my hands.
You're not there. You don't see anything. It's from downstairs.
I know it's from downstairs. Just protectively, I just instinctively just put my hands in front of my sisters and just listen.
I try to pick down to see what's happening.
So you're picking down and you see a girl, a teenager, looking maybe 15. Very thin, wearing sort of slightly dirty shirt and a bit torn old jacket and trousers with a lot of sort of loose threads coming off them, looking pretty shabby. And wearing, you notice even here, her shoes look way too big for her size. And she's just standing there, clenching her fists, looking at everybody in absolute anger. Isidore starts talking to her. "Wanda, let me explain." "Fuck you," she says. After which he continues to recount how they went to look for Nella and how Ludwig, the gangrel you've briefly seen, died. And she just shouts various words of abuse at him and Daniel.
I'm just getting angry when she's shouting at my sire.
Okay.
And you get the sense she is angry about Ludwig dying. And about Nella not being rescued.
Well, technically, she's rescued inside of me.
You're welcome to go and tell her that.
No, I don't want to.
You are looking downstairs. Do you reveal yourself, sort of?
I probably wait.
Yeah. Mara, is kind of looking.
Mara's trying to go. I try to stop her.
I just keep observing the situation because I don't think it's a good idea.
You don't see, like, nobody else seems to be particularly bothered by it when you look at people. Like, they sort of look kind of sad, maybe, but no one seems to be particularly alarmed.
Okay.
And Isidore is explaining that they got there too late. Now I was already gone. And
sorry,
she just shouted, and so you rescued some randos instead, right? Maybe brought them here.
Mara sighs and starts to go down.
No, I will try to stop her. I will probably.
Well, before you try to stop her, so like you can grab, I think, her partially.
I will grab.
She kind of reveals herself because she was already kind of peeking down, you know. She makes some noise, at which point the girl just looks up, shakes her head in disbelief. Who even are you? Some fucking useless Camarilla bootlicker, right?
Well, technically, you're not completely wrong. We were sent.
Wrong.
We were sent.
Should have left them. How could you? And she just looks completely just angry.
I mean, we were sent by Camarilla to spy on Sabbat. And,
well, done a pretty fucking poor job of it, haven't you?
Yes.
Good as I would expect. And Isidore just puts a hand on her arm. Wanda, we are all sorry about Ludwig. The fuck you are. You know we are. And she just like pushes him away. And just turns to, right, so she ignores you completely. Turns to the rest of the group. They're looking for them. So what the fuck are you gonna do with them? How many of you are there? Come down here. Let me get a good look at your miserable faces.
And I will go downstairs.
Do you go downstairs? I presume, Mara, you go as well.
Yes.
Bea, do you move?
Once I've finished writing, I move downstairs, still with notebook in hand, and give her a sort of stare, but it's kind of, there's no real expression in it.
So what? You're gonna fucking leech off us now?
I was intending to leave.
I am a child.
Well, get the fuck out. At which point, both like Isidore and Daniel come up to her and Daniel just says, listen, maybe you should take a walk or something. She looks to him, fuck you, pushes him away, but leaves and slams the door behind her.
Charming.
I'm sorry we made her angry.
Well, I can understand her point. She's not wrong. Well,
No need to be uncivilized about it.
Can we make anything?
As you say that, Bea, Zoya just kind of rolls her eyes like, yes, because it's all about civility. Daniel comes up to you, Janina, and puts an arm around your shoulder. Don't worry about her. She just lost her sire.
Oh. I look at him and I understand how she felt. I felt like this when I lost Daniel. When I thought I lost him.
Isidore looks to you. Everyone is kind of quiet, sort of looking. There is this uneasy atmosphere in the air. Isidore looks to you. Well, you must forgive Wanda. She's finding it difficult to cope. Losing 2 people close to her. Which I'm sure you understand.
Of course.
We should think about setting you up somehow. We here have a lot of things to discuss. Nina, are you still okay to take them to feed? Nina, she looks. I can take them. You know my opinion anyway. He looks. Yes, I know. I will remember. At which Zoya again rolls her eyes, very visibly making a show of it. Isidore looks to you. You should be aware that while we are, well, I suppose relatively safe when we're here together, it is dangerous outside and Sabbat is never far.
Yes.
I mean, they've been after us pretty heavily for a while now.
Have you considered moving locations?
We've moved locations a few times already.
Do they just follow you?
Yes. I suppose we're in the easier target. Not really surprised if I were them. I would follow us too.
Is there a way to eliminate Sabbat? Like, how many of them are they? Is it just enough to get rid of the most important ones?
Zoya just kind of gives this dry, completely joyless laugh at this. Oscar looks, someone dreams big. Isidore looks to you more seriously. Believe me, if it was so easy and feasible, we would have done it, or Camarilla would have done it. Long, long time ago. I'm afraid the territories we live in are much stronger when it comes to Sabbat than when it comes to anyone else.
So what, are we supposed to just hide before them? And just run away? And try to hide?
Well, we are fighting them.
I want to.
In case you haven't noticed, as Zoya.
I will give her a very cold look. Like, yeah, I noticed.
I just wanted to give you a warning that if you want to leave, it would be better, well, not to do so alone, or be careful with it.
Well,
on your own, you're easy to pick off.
I know. I would rather stay if you would let us stay.
You're welcome to it. Is it what all of you wish to do?
I need to return.
I will stay.
Of
Bea
course.
wants to go back to her sire.
Of course, we will arrange that. Do you wish to go immediately, or can you wait a bit? I think you should perhaps feed first.
I I think
imagine
feeding would be useful.
I imagine you are rather hungry. It might be wise to refrain from feeding of humans in your state.
There are other options.
Animals. Nina will take you. Try to find a horse. We've talked about this.
I look slightly bemused by the idea, but shrug and just accept it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nina looks to you. All right, shall we go? We can pick up some clothes for you on the way.
Yes, that would be.
Yes, of course.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And she moves to the door to leave.
Oops. I'll follow
You're
after.
thinking a horse?
I presume you'll follow.
Yes.
So you leave, and as you are walking away on the footpath, you see Vanda circle back, just give you an angry glare, and go back inside, slamming the door again.
Before
What
she
a
leaves, could I?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to lessen her intense emotions.
All right. Well, then roll your charisma and empathy with difficulty 6.
Is that where my good rolls for the session have been? Okay, 3.
3. Okay. So she doesn't slam the door in this case. She just walks in, closes it behind her.
That's enough.
Nina looks to you. Don't mind Vanda. She doesn't like anyone, really. She's just like that.
I can understand that. Liking other kindred is hard.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she likes me very much either.
Wow.
She barely tolerates Zoya. She liked Nella.
In which I'm just...
She looks to you, Janina. You might not want to tell her what exactly happened, at least not until she has time to process.
I understand.
Unless you're prepared to take a very angry gangrel.
Well, I think I deserve that, so maybe make her
honey.
feel better.
She just puts her arm around you. I know various people like pain for various reasons, but
I don't like pain.
Don't wallow in self-pity. They've done this to you, I'm sure.
But it doesn't excuse what I did, even if it wasn't voluntarily. It still happened, and I feel responsible. And I think she would feel better if she took her anger out of me.
Yeah, not right now, thank you. We are in no shape to survive.
Nina just looks to you. I doubt this kind of things really help when you've lost somebody. It more tricks you into thinking you're better rather than actually helps.
I'm trying to think about what she said.
Come on. And she leads you And you see she looks around quite intently as she walks, and doesn't really follow paths, try to sneak by the bushes, between trees.
Follow her lead.
Follow her.
And stay as quiet as I can be.
I'm trying to find the horses that we were.
Yes, and eventually, you're going through the park. It's a bit of a walk. You're walking for maybe 15 minutes. You will pass some, again, classicist style buildings, smaller and bigger, some of them partially in ruin. But she doesn't usually approach them. You see them in the distance, white in the moonlight. And eventually, you get to the fence of a park. And on this other side, you see houses. And she leads you along the street, looking very intently around, stopping to listen, but continues. And she gets to a certain house. And outside the house, you see the kind of horse-drawn carriage that you see on the street sometimes. There is a light on, still in the house, and but she goes to a building on the side, the shed there, and it smells of dried grass, and you hear the horse inside, which becomes agitated as you approach. And she takes up something out of her pocket and starts working in a lock there, opening it. And as she walks in, the horse gets more agitated. She attempts to speak to it. Shh, calm down. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And she attempts to stretch her hand and calm it down. Which she succeeds at. And she wraps one of her arms around horse's neck, stroking it gently. And it allows it, although it is visibly tense looking to you. She turns to you. I think you can go ahead. I would appreciate if you made an effort not to take too much. Still, I will let you know when you should stop. They're big creatures. I feel really bad about it. They can feed you quite a lot.
I'm probably very hesitant because I see the horse and I think it's so beautiful, so innocent. I don't want to shrink from him.
I walk forward.
You walk forward.
I just let the
girl... And you bite in.
Yep, right? No hesitation.
And you feel blood filling your mouth. It's not as nice. There is something weird, musky, earthy to it. It's not quite as good. Somewhere in your head there is a feeling it's not quite as good. But you're drinking. And roll me your self-control, please, with difficulty 6.
Is it limited by how much? In fact, no, it isn't limited because my blood pool is the exact same as my rating. Never mind. Difficulty 6, you said?
Yeah.
3 successes.
3 successes. Then you can get 3 blood points. After which point, Nina pats you on the shoulder I think you should stop now.
Thank you. And I will step back away from the horse because the horse doesn't like me.
Fed now, fuller, but it wasn't quite that nice.
I mean, I can go hunt for something better later now that I have something in my system.
Mara and Nina, what do you do?
I'm not approaching the horse. I'm really turned off because the horse is beautiful and innocent and just has this energy of, it reminds me of like freedom and things that I don't want to violate. It's just, I can go feed on it.
I approach the horse speaking with him, since I can.
You want to speak with the horse?
I try.
Okay, you can connect with it without a roll. It's only when you try to give it commands that you need to roll.
Yes. Just I say just reassuring things, and then I bite.
Okay. So you bite, and how much blood do you have?
3.
Yes, please roll me your self-control. Difficulty is also 6. You can have 3 dots at the most.
Botch.
No.
Botch. So
the innocent life.
Mara keeps drinking, and you see Nina pat her, and she doesn't stop.
I will probably come closer, and I will try my best to pull Mara out of the horse.
Roll your brawl and strength and potence. And Mara, you can roll the same, but Mara, you don't have wound penalties.
What is the difficulty?
6. Nina is trying to pull her off.
Horse.
Yeah.
2, so
2.
No problem.
Yeah, you pull her off. You can get 4 blood points, Mara.
Woo!
So, Janina, you pull Mara off. She's thrashing against you, attempting to bite into you now. But you're holding her. You are able to control her and just sort of squeeze her into the side. At which point the horse becomes agitated and starts kicking, and Nina backs away. Bea, where are you? Did you go out already?
I think I'm standing towards the door.
Okay.
I've previously managed to use dementation to calm an animal.
Yeah.
It was not massively effective, but I might try that again.
Try that, but I'm gonna give you the difficulty 9 again.
That's fair.
It's not quite legit, I guess, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Charisma and empathy.
Okay. Two successes.
So it calms down. But Nina is sort of backed away, and you and Nina are holding Mara, just squeezing her into the side of this box. And quite a bit of noise was made. And it's like, Nina looks around, we should get out of this quickly. I'm sorry, honey, we can find you something else. She says to you, Janina.
I wouldn't drink from it. I can't do it.
Can we discuss this later? We need to leave.
Yes. And Mara is still thrashing.
I will probably try to pull her up and take her out of the box.
Roll your strength, brawl, potence. You can spend blood points to have guaranteed successes from your potence.
No,
if you so wish.
For this,
I'm just saying. Difficulty 7, but I'm not gonna make Mara roll again. She had 2 successes.
I have no success. I have 2, but I also had 2 1s, so no success.
Do you have any 6s on this?
I have 9, 10, and 2 1s.
9, 10, and 2 1s. Okay, so Bea, you see this as Janina is sort of pulling Mara. Mara breaks free and is about to jump on her. Aurora, roll me please your dex and brawl.
Ooh.
No penalties because you're in frenzy. And Janina, please roll me your. What do you wish to do? Do you wish to grab her again? Do you wish to avoid her? Do you?
I will probably try to grab her again.
Dex and brawl. You can add your celerity to your dexterity.
3.
Okay. So
3
the penalty
successes.
counts, right?
Yes, you're not in frenzy. Unlike Mara.
I have 2 successes.
How much did Mara have?
3.
3. Okay, this is going.
This is
not
fine.
Well. It's fine.
It's us
fine.
feeding. What did you expect?
No, I mean,
okay, so
feeding
Mara,
Not bags, right?
you don't manage to avoid her, and she jumps at you, wraps herself around you, and attempts to bite into you.
I will probably let her.
You let her. Okay,
Yeah.
so she bites into you. Janina, please roll me your self-control with difficulty 8.
Does the penalty count or not?
Not on this.
Okay. So what is the difficulty? Sorry.
8. You can 8. You have your full self-control.
I have one success.
You have 1 success. So you are conscious as Mara is drinking from you. Do you wish to do anything?
I will try to pull her off right now.
Okay. At this point, Bea, do you wish to do anything?
Can I hear anyone approaching the building?
In fact, yes. As you are by the door and Nina is obviously agitated and also paying attention, you hear inside some kind of saying, what the hell is going on with this horse? I better go and check. And you hear like
I
movement
would
inside.
like to stand in ambush, so if someone walks in, I can just jump on them.
If someone walks into the box,
well,
okay?
Or
do you want to move to the house and stand outside the door? It's like maybe a few meters distance. It's not a long distance.
In fact, could I barricade, how many exits are there from the makeshift stables that we are in? How many?
1.
There is 1, right?
It's just like one box. It's not even a proper stable. It's just a box.
It's just a box.
There is a roof over it, but
is there any bushes or anything I could hide behind that would be sort of somewhere between the house and the box?
Not really bushes. You can attempt to hide. There is some sacks of grain.
If there's even a shadowy spot,
you can hide. You also have your obfuscate.
Yes, exactly. I was going to look for something that was shadowy, so I could step.
Oh yeah, you can easily do that. Yeah.
Yep. And I'll just wait for whoever to come, and then I can maybe feed from them, and that would disrupt them for a minute. Okay, and I will leave Nina and Janina to deal with the Mara problem.
So you are waiting to ambush Nina. As you do that, just shuts the door sort of to the box and moves to you. Janina sees pull Mara off you as well. Okay, so let's start with what's happening in the box. Mara, roll me your strength, potence, brawl, no penalties.
It was the right time to
roll me your strength and brawl and potence with penalties.
Not
What is the difficulty?
6.
2 successes.
You have none?
None.
Okay, you have 2. Nina surprisingly has 2 as well. She didn't have many dice at all. So Janina lose 1 blood point. It happened fairly quickly. Mara, you can gain 1 more blood point. And Mara, you can also gain the 2nd step of blood bond to Janina.
always romantic.
Yes, very. And together with Janina, you manage to push Mara off as Nina is kind of wrapping her arms around Mara's head, sort of holding on to one of her horns, just trying to notch her head out of you. And that happens, although Mara is still thrashing. Meanwhile, there, the door opens, and you see a man coming out, wearing just some plain woolen trousers and some pullover, just walking in, sort of, what the hell's happening? Calm down there, you. And he starts walking towards the box.
The moment where he's sort of slightly past me towards the door, I would like to just lean over and bite him.
Okay. You are obfuscated.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just let's say. Yeah, you can do that, no problem. He doesn't notice you at all.
If I can sort of pull him towards the side out of line of view, that would be great.
To pull him away, please roll me your strength and athletics. He's quite big, so with difficulty.
I can't do that with my wound penalties.
Okay, you can do that.
I'll just collapse.
Okay. So he collapses in your arms, or you start drinking from him, and his weight just pulls you to the ground as well, and you both tumble to the ground. And you're drinking, and this time the Vita tastes delicious.
That's more like it.
How much do you take? You are now in control.
I will take 2 points.
2 points.
Now I'm actually back to a reasonable amount of blood. And do I hear the sounds of inside, like, calming down any?
There is someone just shouting, like, Marian, what's taking so long?
Okay.
You hear a woman's voice.
Okay. I will remove my fangs and then see if I can sort of point him towards. In fact, I can't move him.
You can drag him a bit. It will take you a lot of time and effort.
I'm not going to bother. Maybe just lean him down against the house.
Yeah.
And then try to numb any emotions that he would have on top of that, so that there's no agitation or anything when he comes to.
No charisma and empathy with difficulty 7.
In fact, could I spend a blood point before I do this to remove one of my wounds?
Yes, the lethal one that you have.
Yeah, I've got the minus. The wounded one is just a regular wound, so I will spend a blood, get rid of that. Now I only have a -1 penalty instead of a -2.
You have 2 aggravates, right?
I have 2 aggravated and 1 regular.
Oh, okay, right.
So yeah, I'm not in a good place. I fixed my busted arm, but I've still got the ripped out stomach and the holes in my hands and feet.
Yeah.
So, but charisma and empathy, did you say was?
Yes, charisma and empathy, difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. That's more like it. 4 successes.
4 successes. So he's sort of, he's like slowly coming through, but he looks very groggy and very sort of calm.
So yes,
and just starts looking around.
I hush him. And,
yeah. What else do you want to do?
Then head inside to get people to leave. We need to go.
So, Janina, roll me once again your strength and brawl. And you can add your potence. And Mara, do the same to hold her down.
I have a botch.
You have a botch?
Yeah.
I don't. 3 successes.
You have 3 successes. Well, let's see how Nina fares.
No,
Nina has 1. So Mara sort of rips free from your hold on her and is gonna try to do something. And that's what you see there as you open the door.
Can I get her attention and lead her after me? And try. I want to try and run away with Mara chasing me. It's not a position I want to be in, but it's better than random humans wandering in.
Roll your charisma to get her attention.
Leadership?
Hmm?
Leadership?
Yeah, or I guess subterfuge could be, because you're not quite leading.
I will happily accept subterfuge.
She will want to attack you.
Yeah, I'll take subterfuge. That's better.
Yeah. Difficulty, I think, is gonna be 8 because she is frenzied and there's other targets nearer.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I have a way of making it more enticing, but it's a bold move. Sorry, no, that's the wrong one. Never mind. That is 5 successes.
5 successes. Yes, Mara jumps after you.
Right, I'm going. I'm out. I'm running.
Roll your dex and athletics, and you might
spend a willpower on this.
Yes.
I don't want her catching me.
That's athletics.
Dex and athletics.
Oh, this is not a good roll for me.
Difficulty?
6.
I'm spending that willpower to avoid wound penalties.
All right, yeah.
Successes.
2. How many did you have?
2.
Oh, 2.
3.
3. Okay, so she doesn't catch you.
God.
She's running after you. So Janina, as that happens, Nina just kind of looks confused, like, we should go after them.
Yes.
And she runs after.
I will probably try to use my celerity and catch up to Mara.
Roll your... Mara had, 2 successes? Roll your dex and athletics and your celerity. Or actually, if you spend a blood point, you will be moving twice a turn, so you will catch up to her.
All right, I will spend it because I really don't want Bea to...
How much blood do you have?
Yes.
Nah, do you ask, really? I have 2 right now. When I spent this one,
this is going splendidly.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
we've got a full Benny Hill moment going on here,
and
I don't like it.
3 successes.
You have 3 successes, and you have 1 more turn, so you catch up to Mara.
And I will jump on her and take her down.
You are
jump
sure
on her and you take her down.
Okay.
Are we at least away from the house at this point?
Sort of. You run along the street.
Yes.
You are on the street right now.
I don't want to feed ever again.
Well, I'm afraid we're in the wrong game.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Nina also catches up to Mara. Roll your strength, bro, and do you wish to spend the blood point for guaranteed successes for importance?
No. I will.
I have to tempt. It's my job.
I know. I will just.
Mara, roll me the same.
I have. What is the difficulty? 6?
6.
Ooh. I have 4 successes.
Can I try to aid?
I have 4 too.
Could I try to aid by grabbing Mara's horn and holding her down?
You could turn back because you were running away, so you're actually a bit
further away. That makes sense.
But Nina is there, and she doesn't. She tries to help. None of you manages. You sort of grab Mara, but she kind of spins out. You can attempt to get to them, Bea, and you can try to help.
Sure, why not? Let's just add to this.
So roll your strength and roll.
Oh, 1 success.
You get 1 success. So you grab Mara by a horn and you sort of nudge her head back as she was about to bite into Janina again.
No. We've talked about this, young lady.
And you all try to, Nina is trying to also grab her, but she gets just knocked away by Mara and falls to the ground. Janina is not able to accomplish much. Mara,
you're embarrassing me.
Janina, give me one more roll.
The same roll?
Yes, the same roll. And Mara, give me that as well.
I have 2 successes.
You have 2 successes.
1.
So eventually you grab Mara, and she's thrashing and attempting to bite, and eventually comes down. Mara, you remember the sort of musky, earthy taste of Vita, which wasn't quite it, but overtook you completely with how delicious it was. And now Janina is just on top of you, pinning you to the ground, and someone is holding your horns down to the ground. That is the first thing you register.
What happened?
Can we discuss this when we're off the street, please?
Yeah, Nina stands up like, right, we need to get out of here right now.
Yes.
We'll clear up the confusion later.
I will give Mara my hand and just, come on, get up. You lost control.
Mara stands up and disappears. Not knowing.
Just you can't really disappear from their side because that's 4 shots of obfuscate.
I obfuscate as soon as I can.
Yes, you obfuscate as soon as you can.
I don't know where I am.
Is there like an alleyway or something we can duck into?
Yeah, you are in a sort of small alleyway, so you can just kind of walk into the shadow and obfuscate there.
I will probably just help Nina up.
Nina stood up when you were holding down Mara. She was knocked over, but she wasn't like seriously hurt. And now she's just like, we should get away from here right now. Yes. And she starts running towards the park.
I follow.
Yeah, me too.
And you get there. You kind of pass the gate, and then you are between trees and bushes again. And she sort of slows down and looks to you. Well,
that went well.
Well, we managed to make a right mess out of it.
I'm sorry this happens with us.
Sorry.
The man shouldn't be too fed on him briefly to keep him unaware. But
good. Good, you took care of that.
I also made him less intense in any emotions, so he should be slightly more relaxed at least. So
that's good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the mess.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's not your fault. I'm sorry.
At least the horse survived.
Yes, they have a lot of blood. It's good when you need a bit more. Although I don't like to. Well, you still should be careful not to take too much.
All right. Well, we still need to find something for Janina.
Oh, yes, but I don't know. I would prefer if it was something that I wouldn't have to drink myself from it.
There's not a lot of options for that.
Is there any hospital nearby?
Oscar stole some blood last night. But how are you feeling? It would take some time to arrange some more, and
Well, honestly, I feel quite hungry, especially.
You do especially when you focus on it. You feel like you really want some blood.
Yes, I want some blood, but I don't know if I can.
She looks to you,
can't.
Kind of like Nella used to drink from Daniel fairly often. But
I don't like this idea.
I'm not sure if I would advise that.
Why not?
Well, she only just met him after not knowing him for a very long time. Might not want to get that close that quickly.
I trust him, but I don't think I want to drink his blood.
You can have mine if you want. I feel
no
full.
I don't want to.
You're sure?
You just made a lot of troubles to give yourself your blood, so I don't want to take yours.
Also, I think we should ensure that whoever you're drinking from, we can at least get you off them at the end.
Yes.
You are the strongest one out of the three of us, so we need to be cautious.
Yes, exactly. I want someone. If I'm...
Did we get you a pigeon or something? Just...
I don't know. Is there a way for me to feed and to be sure that the three of you could keep me off the person?
Maybe if we could get someone stronger than us to help.
Yes, I think it might be better to ask some of the others.
Yes, I'm sure Daniel would make sure to keep me.
Yes, let's go back. Ask him.
Yes.
Shall I look out for some clothes in the meantime from washing lines?
I think we're gonna have to leave it for later.
Okay. That's fine. I'll follow after them.
Because you are now back in the park.
That's fair enough.
And she leads you back to the water tower. And
I will probably try to hold Mara's hand when she's not obfuscated. If she's it, then I'm just gonna go.
Probably if we are in the open, I'm invisible.
All right, then I'm just going.
Well, you are in the park. There isn't really anyone here.
And then I'll be in the shadows but visible.
I will probably whisper to Mara. I'm sorry, I couldn't better take care of you.
Oh, don't worry. From what I gather, it was my fault this time.
Well, it's also our fault because we just can't control ourselves.
Well, I'm just glad no one died this time.
Yes. How was the feeling drinking of a horse?
You don't remember much. You just remember the delight.
Well, I don't remember very, very much, to be honest.
It's a bit musky.
Oh. I see.
I think it's an acquired taste.
I don't think I would drink it.
Certainly not my preference. But anything will do in a pinch.
I'm not a fan myself either, but I thought it was safer given the
Absolutely,
circumstances.
yes. No, it's a perfectly sensible suggestion.
How much you probably need.
You're not wrong.
Yes.
And thank you again. Apologies for the commotion.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sorry. Let's say that I've seen better nights.
It happens to anyone. Nina, have you been drinking from the horses often?
Not much, to be honest. I find it easier and more pleasurable to take a little bit from, well, whoever takes interest in me those nights.
Can I ask you a question? What clan are you?
I'm a toreador.
Oh. I see. That makes sense.
She looks a bit strangely as you say that, but doesn't comment.
Janina too, like, why?
Then it's like, I'm just gonna assume it's a compliment. And keeps walking.
You're very charming, dear.
Yes.
You're better of the clan that we met. You're one of the best.
Well, this is okay.
I wouldn't say that.
Is your sire around?
She looks to you. Just stops, looks to you. Looks like she's kind of composing herself for a moment. And then she says, no, he's not.
I'm sorry. So
let's get going.
Of course.
And you get back to the water tower. She opens the door and leads you inside. And you see everyone that was there before still sitting there. As you enter, Daniel and Isidore especially look to you. Isidore asks, how does it go? Are we all set?
Well,
I will look at Daniel with no.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Daniel just shrugs and shakes his head.
I'm gonna.
Nina just steps in front of you. There was an incident, but we handled that. It's nothing you need to worry about. It shouldn't be a trouble. However, we're not quite set, Janina here. Might need assistance of, someone a bit stronger than me.
And I will look at Daniel.
Daniel looks, of course, I'll come with you.
Thank you.
Isidore looks to you. We talked when you were gone. He looks to you, Bea. I will take you back to Hotel Bristol if you're ready to go.
I will look at Bea.
Of course, I do need to ask the girls for some details before I leave.
Of course, you can discuss whatever you need.
But I would appreciate being able to return. But yes, unfortunately, I have a job I need to finish, and I can't do it without their help.
I will accompany you. It seems I have some things to tend to there as well. And he glances around the room. Wanda just rolls her eyes. Zoya kind of sighs. And Wanda says, just don't fall to your knees too quickly. And he just looks at her but doesn't comment.
I vaguely consider removing her emotions too, but I don't.
Oh no, it's the same one, Wanda.
Sorry, I thought Zoya also.
Yeah, Zoya also rolled her eyes. Yes. She doesn't seem particularly angry. She just sort of makes this comment.
Okay.
She's more dispirited in it, if anything.
Fair enough.
Daniel, it looks like, so Janina, do you need to discuss something first? That might take a while.
I will look at Bea if she wants to leave soon. If I should
I would rather you fed first, dear.
All right.
If at all possible.
Then I will look at
Isidore. I would appreciate having time to safely get back. I'd rather we didn't leave too late.
Then yes.
And then I will go to Daniel and just say to him, I think we should get it over with now so we could be back quickly.
Right. Let's go then.
I will follow him.
You follow him. Do you stay?
Mara looks a bit conflicted about what to do.
I think Janina doesn't mind if she wants to join them. She's fine.
Probably she joins. She's blunt bonded that she joins.
I watch as they leave. I can't leave until you give me details.
I'm gonna roll if she realizes what's going on. Yes, actually, yes. So before you leave, Nina kind of steps in and, my dears, I think your friend wanted to hear some details from you before she goes.
Okay, yes, right. She needs time to go back safely. Right, okay. You can wait, Janina.
Of course, yes.
Daniel puts an arm on you. I can, hold you down if there is need.
Thank you. That would be very appreciated.
Okay.
We learn to appreciate that, especially in our clan.
I will smile at him, like, sadly. So, Bea, what is that you need?
I need details about what we saw in the Sabbat.
Yes.
I have nothing.
There was a priest.
Yes.
The Nosferatu. Did I hear his name that they called him the Gravedigger?
Yes.
Okay, so I will probably say it to Bea as well. And the blonde woman.
Irmina, yes, you can recount what you've seen.
And Estera,
yeah.
Yes, I have her noted.
And they imprisoned us. They tortured us. What else do you want to know?
We need.
I describe probably the Sabbat people I saw. Yeah. I describe them in detail, so
you got their descriptions.
I will probably just tell what they
other
did.
Than that,
I remembered.
I don't think we know. Okay,
both of you, Mara and Janina, just roll me wits to see how much you remember, even from like the first Sabbat.
Does the penalty count?
No, not here. I just want to see with like difficulty
I have
6.
one success.
One success.
Wits?
Just wits.
No successes.
No successes. So Mara, you don't, but you, Janina, remember actually. You remember descriptions of a woman, a blonde woman with this like dressed in black who was there and lived with Florian. You remember a man without any hair, with piercing blue eyes, in a jacket that looked like it was made out of flesh.
Will we tell them about the people who saved us? I'm asking Bea.
I presume so. How else would we have gotten out otherwise?
Okay.
I can't, and I don't think I'm going to be able to lie to them, if I'm perfectly honest, given their ability
also,
to read.
Isidore is going back with you.
Yes, also Isidore is coming with me. So, I mean,
that's right.
Yes. Very fair.
All right. So, what else do we remember? Well,
no, you give her. You had a success. It takes you some time.
I will remind Bea what I have done, so she should tell Felicia.
Yes. No, I've got that noted. Mara, how did you get the group to us?
They were taking me somewhere, but I were like in a sack, so I didn't see where they were bringing me, and suddenly this most fine group of people went to my help and slay my captors.
Yeah, you remember saying that they were moving.
Well, that's useful to know. They've got another space that they're moving to. Although I'll need to try and see if I can figure out where that new location is, but I'll work on that myself. That's all right.
If you see Roman, tell him that we are thinking of him and we want to meet with him.
Okay. I continue making notes, but I think that's a decent summary. Thank you.
Promise you will get back to us.
I want to.
I hope you do. If not, I will be coming looking for you.
Could you hold still for a moment, please?
Yes.
And I go and very gingerly try to hug her.
All right. Roll your self-control, please.
Yeah. Please don't hug me back.
Standing here.
Yeah. Please make this the most awkward hug we can possibly make. 2 successes.
2 successes, yes, you hug her.
And I will gently, very carefully hug her back, just barely touching her. Just
a slight twitch as she moves, but manage to hold it together.
I whisper that I love her and that I want her to be safe.
I love you too, and I want you to be safe as well.
I promise. I will wait for you, or I will come look for you.
You're both my precious little sisters.
It's the same feeling. I can't imagine life without you.
Sorry.
All right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna make all of us proud. I believe in you.
And I believe in you, both of you.
I will probably try to kiss her on the hair, just like very maternally.
Again, I will try to hold still for this.
We had 2 successes. I think you can sort of like
I can tolerate this.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
I will accept. It
will
this.
be very quickly. So
yeah.
Yeah. And after a while, Isidore is waiting for you. Are you ready to go now?
Yes, sir.
We have to be careful on the way.
Of course.
Goodbye.
What about Mara's hand when I watch Bea's leave?
Goodbye, Bea.
Take care of each other.
And get back to us.
Goodbye. You will always be my sister, no matter what.
You will always
stay safe. Stay safe. Think of yourself first.
Yes. Don't let anyone mess with your head.
And I remember you.
I will try to remember you.
It doesn't matter. I will remember you anyway.
Well, if I run into you again, I will remember that I love you.
And you separate. Bea, you start walking with Isidore across the park. Towards the direction you came from, towards the city center. Isidore is leading, trying to be very stealthy. What is going through your head as you follow him?
My sisters keep telling me that I need to come back to them. And there's part of me that really wants to, and there's part of me that's telling me that I can't. I have to stay with Mother. And I think in my heart, I know that I probably won't come back to them as much as I want to. And I kind of hate it. I want to be able to come back to them. But I can't. Unless Mother says that I can. And Mother won't say that I can.
And with that, you follow Isidore through the dark park. Meanwhile, Mara Janina, you stayed behind. Daniel and Nina looks to you. Nina says, I'm sure you will see her again.
I hope
it's not that big a city.
Yes.
It's not, but her sire, well.
Probably. I'll keep an eye on her to be sure she's okay.
Yes.
That is what is matter.
Right. Daniel says, we should probably go and get some Vita into you. Before you lose control.
Yes, okay.
We should go. It's safer in the group.
I will hold Mara's hand as we go.
And you're holding Mara's hand. And Daniel and Nina are following, going with you. What are you thinking about, Janina? Daniel looks to you from time to time and just smiles, seeing you and Mara.
I think he knows. he probably knows how I feel about Mara. So that's it. But I'm probably just thinking about Bea, and I'm really worried about her because I really want to see her again. And I'm imagining various scenarios where we would meet each other again, and if Felicia won't. And I really wonder if she's gonna talk to Felicia about me and what Felicia says to her and what Bea's reaction will be. If she would consider not seeing me ever again if Felicia said so, or if she's gonna try to see us anyway.
What does Janina think it will be?
I think Janina doesn't know because she wants to think that Bea will come back to them because they really tried to make her feel loved and accepted and just be part of their family, but somewhere inside Janina knows that Bea's just that Felicia has this power over her and that maybe, but she wants to believe that Bea will come back, or at least that Bea will see them again, that they will have a chance to talk about. Because when earlier she saw Bea struggling and remembering something, and she's sure that somewhere inside Bea knows that they love her without trying to force their love on her like Felicia does. But she wants to leave. She will love Bea even if she doesn't come back, but she wants her because she wants her back. She's her sister. And around all of this, she also thinks that she's really hungry and she wants to drink something, and she doesn't want to make a scene like Mar did and like she did before with the Ventru feeding and like feeding. Generally, she just wants for once the feeding goes well, and she has a big faith in Daniel that he will hold her in case anything goes wrong.
So you walk, hoping your sire will be able to help. And you, Mara, what is going through your head as you're holding Janina's hand and walking?
Mara thinks this is the last time she properly meet Bea. She probably will see her again. She intended to keep her promise and keep tabs on her and know how she's doing, but she thinks she'll never come back. But she's strangely calm or resigned because she escaped from the flaming theater. She's safe. She made it safe. And maybe in a strange sense, Mara thinks that the last time, by hanging around, she basically, in her mind, killed all her family. But this time she let Bea go, so maybe maybe Bea will be fine this time. Her family this time will be fine. She is very, but she keeps. She doesn't care about Camarilla, and she believes she likes these people much better, but she already miss her brother. Mm-hmm. And she remembered she have a Malkavian to save. She have a Toreador she had made promise to, and she's thinking about that and how to keep the promises she made to them.
And you walk with those thoughts. Bea in one direction, Mara and Janina in the other.
And also, she's probably a bit jealous of Janina's sire, probably.
All right. Okay. So there is that as well. As you walk.
Who is this man?
In the moonlight.
Who is this man that's touched Janina? Hey.
So you feel some jealousy. Although Janina is holding your hand at the moment, not his.
Yes.
And you are walking under the moonlight. All three of you, although not all together, through dark Łazienki Park, very careful, stealthily moving, while your companions keep watch, clearly very alert. And I think this is a good time to stop for tonight. Thank you for playing. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this. And we will be back in 2 weeks on the 6th of July at the same time, 6:30 p.m. British Summer Time, here on the Lamias Twitch. And we hope you will join us again to see what will happen with the coterie right now. So have a very nice 2 weeks and see you then for the next episode of The Ruins of Warsaw.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.